Good. Oh, classics. Oh, somebody joined.
Yeah, and
I'm not fucking about.
No, we started this.
Started streaming.
Yeah, we started streaming. Yeah, we started streaming. Copy, and I'll just put this into thing. What you call it? Facebook. Okay, right. We're back. And we've had a what you call it?
Break.
Choke down a Bakewell. Oh, blimey.
Break. Yeah. We've had a what you call it? Bit of a break to allow us to have a drink and to have a cherry Bakewell
and to get our technical issues sorted, which they appear to be now.
Yeah, it said it was going to take 24 hours to enable it, and then it's let it. So
nice.
Just realised I'm using a branded coffee mug. I should probably cover it up just
in case they come after you for.
Okay, so I'm
going to double check the stream
anyway.
So I don't know if it's still going to work still, but we'll try.
I was just thinking whether we could share the screen while we talk about an individual list, and then
we didn't think that one. We didn't think that one through.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's have a look then. I'll see if I can present a window. Yeah, I'll try and share this now. Okay, right. I'm presenting the screen. We're looking at Chris Carr's list. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Looking at Chris Carr's list, that is a command. It's a militia list. His commander is Taxarius Alexis Sisko. And he's taking Survivors of the Dark Age, which makes them pseudo Space Marine type.
Yeah,
and
+1 to armor, and they can take Land Raider Phoboses and Rhinos as transports, and they also get advanced weapon upgrade if they want to pay the points for that per Grenadier squad.
So he's getting he's got a Force Commander with Power Fist, Master Crafted Power Fist, as I should add. Is that 2 Power Fists?
No,
I think he's got 2 Power Fists there.
That would seem. I don't even know if you can do that, but maybe he has.
Iron Halo, Digital Lasers, Cyber Familiar, Melter Bombs, and he's a Planetary Overlord.
Yep. Okay, so Planetary Overlord. Do you want me to read that out?
Gets him to choose his army warlord trait, doesn't he?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yep. Platoon Commander Cadre, 8 men. Power Fist, Refractor Field, Melter Bombs, Carapace Armor, Heavy Stubbers, 5 of them, and an Aurochs.
Nice.
Automatically, lovely. I'm liking this because of the Aurochs.
Yep.
Discipline Masters, he's got 4 of them in Carapace Armor, 4 Power Weapons, 4 Melter Bombs, and Refractor Fields.
Cool.
Then a Medicaid detachment with 3 of them, 3 Medicades. Then he's got 2 identical Grenadier squads, 10 men, Laslox, Vexelia, advanced weapons in an Aurochs.
Yep.
Fire support squad, 2 fire support squads, 6 men, 1 with las cannons, 1 with auto cannons.
Yep. That's 12. That's 6 las cannons and 6 auto cannons. I think that's 12 guys in total. It's 2 per fire team.
Yeah. That's right. It's fire teams. Yes.
Yeah.
And then he's got 2 identical infantry squads, 20 men infantry squads, both with Vexelia, crack grenades, and melter bombs.
Got ya.
So he's not gone Grenadier heavy as one would expect.
Yeah, they're a little expensive, to be fair. So that's probably.
Then he's got a battle tank squadron, 3 battle tanks, extra armor, 3 dozer blades. Another battle tank squadron with 3 exterminator heavy tanks, 3 lots of extra armor, 3 dozer blades, and 3 lots of heavy bolter sponsons.
Yeah. Do you know what the land exterminator is? Because I was getting confused.
Is that which one's the plasma one?
The plasma one, the exterminator?
No, you can't take that in militia.
Okay. Oh, is it the? I was guessing her. No, Punisher's the Gatling gun one.
Go on. It's the last one, I think. Battle tank. So the exterminator, right?
Yeah.
Lehman Russ exterminator. Lehman Russ exterminator. Autocannons on Lehman Russ exterminators.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then he's got another battle tank squadron, 2 tanks this time, and they're both vanquishers with extra armor and dozer blades.
Yep.
Now, in his Lord of War, he's taken, it's an interesting one, a War Machine support squadron with an Avenger strike fighter with 2 Kraken penetrator missiles and battle servitor control. I think this is the only way you can get the Avenger in the militia, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, and he's got a fortification. He's taken a bunker with a quad launcher emplacement, barricades, 4 barricades, and 2 lots of tangle wire.
Good choices.
Yeah. So I really like this list.
So do I.
It's
I
really
like playing with
flavorful.
tanks. You know, eight tanks on the table. Plus the Oryxes.
Yeah, the Oryxes are just like rhinos, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's sort of a mini armored breakthrough.
They're really pretty tanks, though. the Oryxes are really pretty. That sounds terrible. Saying pretty.
Yeah, they are nice. I mean, it's probably hold its own. I mean, the Grenadiers are on a 3+ armor save. The one of the cool things about the militia is the command squad's pretty good. I think you can take. I think one of the models in the command squad's got a what's the thing? A Cortex, not Cortex controller, the other one. But basically, they can give a squad +1 to the weapon skill, ballistic skill rather. You know, so
the what you call it? The
I can't remember. It starts with a C, but doesn't matter.
You know what we mean. You have them on. You have them on the. The Master of Signals.
Yeah, that's the fella.
Yeah.
So, but it's not a bad squad. I mean, the Force Commander would have a. I'm trying to think. So you got digital Iron Halo. So you have 3+ invuln, but I mean, strength 6 with his power fists, not strength 8. And Planetary Overlord does mean he can choose his Rite of War, which aren't too bad. Not right.
Going to be an Eternal Warrior, isn't he?
I think you probably can. Let me just check to see what the militia, because I used to use the Solar Auxiliary one. So
it might be different. Yeah,
they are different. Yeah, definitely different. So you've got leadership +1, reroll reserves, infantry type council. Their range weapons having AP1 or AP of better, 1 or better.
Oh, that'd be a nice one.
Yeah, but I mean they're only AP4 and 5 anyway. Tops the weapons that top the infantry squads. So
I suppose that's true.
If he's removed as a casualty, the troops from the armory's primary detachment gain the hatred infantry do, which is quite good. Implacable advance special rule, counter scoring, and have the stubborn special rule within the 3 objective. Alien connoisseur of alien curios. Warlord causes fear and has it will not die. And finally, Rebel Baron, Warlord, and any infantry unit to voluntary failing roll checks they are called to take, and they re-roll, run, or fall back distances. So they're not as good as the Solar Auxiliary ones, to be fair. So yeah, it's a good fun list. That would be good.
Still pretty canny.
Yeah, not too bad. The Vanquisher, you think it would do more than it does. Bear in mind these are all going to have ballistic skill 3, so hit on 4. So
yeah,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I still wouldn't like to. It's a really good list though. I think it'd be a tough one.
Demon Rust is just tough, but not impossible.
Okay, so what about the next Chris? Then Chris.
Okay. So he is made a very wise leading choice, and he is playing the Blood Angels with Sanguinius as his commander, and he's running the Day of Revelation Rite of War. So, sorry about that. He has a champion, Artificer Armor, Refractor Field, Jump Pack, Blade of Perdition.
Of course.
Yeah.
Blade of Tears, yeah, as Michael calls it.
Absolutely. Apothecary, Jump Pack, Power Sword, a 5-man Terminator squad, Cataphracti Terminator Armor, Elastis Assault Cannon, 4 Combi Plasmas, 2 Lightning Claws, 3 Chain Fists, and a Grenade Harness.
Ouch.
A Dreadnought with a Plasma Cannon, Dreadnought Chain Fist with a Melter Gun, an extra armor and a drop pod.
That's just a normal box trade, isn't it?
No, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a...
No, it's not a Cortus or
no.
Any of those derivatives, yep.
He has 3 assault squads, each with 15 men.
Yeah.
Power Sword on the Sergeant, Melter Bomb on the Sergeant, Artificer Armor on the Sergeant. One of them only has 3 power axes in 2 of them, 2 power axes in 1 of them, if that makes sense.
Yep.
An Anvilus Pattern Dreadclaw.
Of course.
A Fire Raptor Gunship, Reaper Autocannons, Hellstrike Missile Searchlight.
Mm-hmm.
A Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, Cyclonic Melter Lance, Armored Ceramite Siege Drill, assault cannon, nipple guns, phosphex discharger, dreadnought drop pod, and HQ Lord of War, of Sanguinius.
This feels very much like somebody else's list that isn't.
It's basically this.
podcast.
There are some elements of this that there is a standard Day of Revelation in this list, and it is
This.
It is 3 large assault squads, a dreadnought, probably a Leviathan in a drop pod.
Yeah.
Sanguinius.
Sanguinius.
Those are sort of the standard elements, I suppose, is the way to.
That is a tough
You
list,
see
I
like
think, personally.
There's only one apothecary.
That's true, but it's still pretty nails.
Yeah, you're going to put him in with Sanguinius, and that I'm guessing he's going with the unit with the 2 power axes because.
Yes, because you don't need the power fist would be useful there, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So
I suppose the question is going to be as to what drop pod you want to bring down first.
Yeah, I mean, you've got nothing to re-roll reserve rolls, have you? So you the Fire Raptor and the second drop pod will be subject to potential problems.
Yeah.
But the Day of Revelations, just for my, those assault squads would all come down turn 1, would they?
They deep strike turn 1. They have to roll for it. So
Yeah.
I'll go through Day of Revelations now, if you like.
Oh, go on then. Why not?
Come with the host. Infantry unit squads. Part of this attachment must arrive via deep strike in the first game turn and do not need to roll for reserves. All deep striking units in this attachment gain a 5+ cover save in the game turn they arrive in play.
Yep.
Opening the seal. All ranged weapons carried by infantry and jump infantry units, which are part of this attachment, gain the pinning special rule in the shooting phase of any player turn in which they deep strike. Judgment of Angels. All units which are part of this detachment have the Legiones Astartes special rule, gain +1 initiative on the turn that they charge into assault.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep. Must always accept challenges when offered in combat. If multiple eligible characters are present in the combat, the controlling player can choose. The limitations are compulsory troop choices have to take jump packs.
Yep.
You have to take a fast attack choice that has either got the fly or deep strike special rule. And can't take any fortifications, subterranean assault units, immobile units, or laws of war other than flyers or sanguinius.
Nice. So this feels tough to me, but that's just my natural aversion to deep striking armies. But it would probably hold its own against most armies, I think. Maybe the demons, maybe not.
I think it holds its own against most armies, but I personally think that these armies, these Blood Angels armies, the Day of Revelation type army, I think they're a bit of a glass hammer.
The thing is,
I think it's either going to they either work
with your deep strikes with them.
Yeah, they either work really well or badly.
Because bear in mind, you don't get anything different when you deep strike.
Right.
You don't get any. There's no like. You get a 5+ cover save. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But you can get charged.
Yeah, you're basically hanging out in the wind for a turn, aren't you?
Yeah, and a cover save, isn't
going to help you too much.
Yeah.
And if you AP3 weapons, of which there are a profusion of, you have to try to tank them on your sergeant, and if you lost him, you'd be in trouble. So yeah. I get where you're coming from.
You're using the dreadnoughts to take out the thing that's going to frighten you the most, I suppose. But getting through 15 assault marines isn't that difficult. Not in today's game.
Situational, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. I mean, it would be good for missions where, for example, if you get on the objectives in turn 1 and start scoring points, they'd be good for that. You're right, they can get hosed off, but you could get potentially 3 squads near an objective in turn 1, which is always good. So, yeah, I think they would have done well. Whether it's naughty list material, probably not, I don't think, in retrospect. Okay, so next out of the bag is our friend Daniel Andrews, and he's got bringing Vulcan as commander. He's using the Onslaught Force Org, so that automatically raises a few eyebrows.
Yeah,
and he's always using Onslaught.
Yeah, it's always.
We're using the Covenant of Fire, Right of War, which basically gives all melters twin linked, and gives vehicles, I think, a 5+ invuln to melter, Volkite, a raft of other things as well, and all vehicles get moved through cover for free, and I think the unit and the squads do as well. So it's a good right of war, but you can't deep strike anything, and you can't have any fortifications. So he's got a Praetor with all of the business these days. So Divining Blade. So the
First one of those.
first one of those. That's the
For the
25
Loyalists.
upgrade to a Paragon Blade, making it AP1 and something else that I always
Strength +2.
Yes, same as a Paragon Blade, but the AP goes up. It doesn't do something.
Yeah, and it does ciphers horrible things too.
Yeah,
Causes them to perils.
Yeah. Digital lasers attack. Dragon Scale Storm Shield, so that would give you +1 to your invuln. Mantra of the Elder Drake makes him an Eternal Warrior. Califracture Terminator gives him a 4+ invuln, 3+ invi, Internal Warrior. Tank to business, great choice all round. He's then got some Fire Drakes, a big squad of Fire Drakes, 7-man squad. Storm Shields, so that basically puts one 3+ invuln, 6 Thunder Hammers. The Sergeant comes with a Mastercrafted Thunder Hammer. They're in a Spartan, and they've got the Spartan's got Ceramite and Flare Shield classics. Doesn't need a Dozer Blade because the Rite of War makes it move through cover. Then he's got 2 10-man tactical squads, both in Rhinos, both with artificial armor on the Sergeant, additional close combat weapons, Combi Flamer on the Rhino, and Power Sword. No, maybe Combi Flamer. Sorry, beg your pardon. Combi Flamer on the Sergeant and Power Sword as well. Combi Flamers. All the Flamers get +1 strength for Salamanders, and then tactical squad. 5 of these guys: plasma guns, melter bombs, and a Rhino. Then a tank Venators are making a comeback, right? We've seen loads of them. Venator tank destroyer with nothing, which is exactly how you want it, and then a Vindicator siege tank. 2 of these guys with laser destroyer arrays, a classic and excellent choice of tank. And then he's got Vulcan and the Typhon. So, yeah, Vulcan was like, the Typhon's like, yep.
Yeah.
And the Typhon's got las cannon response.
I'm sure if Daniel's been on the naughty list before, if he's a repeat offender.
I think he hasn't. And I think that but he's always been in or around the
business end of the...
Yeah, it can be overlooked a bit. I mean, you've got a squad of 7-man squad or 8-man squad of 3+ invuln wielding guys in a Spartan. They're going to be up in your grill turn 1, turn 2.
I'm going to go away after this and compare it to his last list, which I think was also Onslaught.
But anyway, Onslaught is almost going to put you in the naughty list. So, Daniel, welcome to the naughty list you haven't been on it before. If you're a repeat offender, please find your own cell from last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
just go on.
So he scored 29 victory points at Company of Legends in September.
Who's that? Daniel
Andrews.
Yeah, that's no bad.
It's not. No, so that's. Well, let me just quickly. Yeah, it's only about 3 or 4 people higher than him. So yeah. Definitely on the naughty list.
Absolutely. Well done, Daniel.
Okay, we're going to go with Daniel Evans. He's got a Raven Guard and Black Shields list. So it's nice to see Black Shields. Always nice to see Black Shields. You never really see them. So his commando is the Starvo Ordain. He's bringing a Legion Recon Company as his Rite of War. And for his Wrought by Raw, he's got Chimera. So that's nice. Because that's the one that gives you extra bonuses. You can get your toughness and stuff. So always fun. Okay, so his Praetor has an Imperial Lance. I'm guessing that's a bit of Psi Arcana.
I'll find it.
We've got a Mastercrafted Paragon Blade, a Scimitar Jet Bike, digital lasers, melter bombs, and an Iron Halo. Pretty good. And a Damocles Command Rhino. Just taking a sip of Iron Brew there.
A lot of it's spare.
A Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought with twin las cannons. I like that. A Contemptor Dreadnought with multi-melter, Dreadnought Chain Fist in a Dreadnought drop pod. Then he's got some more Dayfan, 7 of them, 5 combi plasmas, 2 flamers, and artificer armor. On the Sergeant. Troops, he's got a 20-man tactical squad with a Nuncio Vox, Vexelia, additional close combat weapon, and artificer armor. Then a recon squad, 10 men, Nuncio Vox, Melter Bombs, Artificer Armor, a Rhino, and Dozer Blade.
Nice.
And a 5-man recon squad with Nuncio Vox, Sniper Rifles, a Cameline Cloak, Artificer Armor.
Yep.
Now we're bringing in a Primaris Lightning Strike Fighter with lots of two Kraken penetrated missiles. I hate the way I word this. Maybe I should say pair of, yeah. Anyway, battle server to control, ground tracking augury. So pretty standard. Then he's got a jet bike Sky Slayer squad. So they're the ones with the heavy weapons. I think default they come with
heavy bolters, isn't it?
Multi-melters.
Multi-melters, I think.
Oh no, the normal. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no one's come with heavy bolters. These can have multi-melters, plasma cannon, or Volkite, I think. Then we've got a Reaper, a Fire Raptor gunship with Reaper autocannon batteries and Hellstrike missiles.
Yep, good choice.
And then for his Black Shield, it's only a small detachment, 1 HQ, 1 troop. He's got a Reaver Lord with Halo Blade, digital lasers, Iron Halo, Cyber Familiar, and Scimitar pattern jet bike.
Okay.
Then in his troops, he's got a Marauder squad, 10 of them, with 2 Pariah Flamers and an Anvilus pattern Dreadclaw. So, I'll be honest, I'm not sure where he's going with it. I know he's got...
Neither am I. Can the Reaver Lord join another squad? Otherwise, he's on his top there, isn't he? Because he can't go
allies, wasn't it?
He can't go in the Anvilus.
Can the allies join?
Interesting.
Oh.
Something to look up.
Can allied characters join a squad?
You can if you're battle brothers, I think. You've put in more product placement Iron Brew's way there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's trying to get that spot.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Well,
Right. Streaming the cameras.
Okay. Iron Brew energy drink. Great. The one thing I panic bought. I don't know. I can't see this. You know,
if you look in the top right hand corner, you can see yourself.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! I can't see what other people are seeing. So, okay,
yeah.
right.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so what do we think of this one? I like this because it's lots of different stuff going on.
Yeah, he's a super. We played him at the Throne of Skulls.
Oh yes.
Him and Jason cleaned up. Remember?
Yeah.
So super nice guy. Yeah, like I say, it's all right. It sort of covers a lot of things, but not.
Yeah.
Focused on, I guess. Just quickly, Imperial Lance that we'd never heard of, but we've never discussed. Let me just find it. Here we go. Imperial Lance. Any Praetor or Champion console may exchange their chainsword or close combat weapon for an Imperial Lance for 25 points, or their power weapon if equipped with Terminator armor for 20 points. It's a melee weapon, strength +1/+2 on the charge, AP 4, AP 2 on the charge. Melee, Psylash specialist weapon.
Okay, I'm guessing.
Sorry, that's not right at all. So they get the extra bonus is when they're attacking a psychic character.
Got you.
Or demons.
Good choice on a bike.
Yeah,
because you're going to get the charge on a bike a lot easier. So I'm wondering whether the Reaver Lord would go with the Praetor if they could, and then maybe hook up with the jet bike Sky Slayer squad, for example. That'd be quite a good unit. I'm not sure about the Reaver Lord, but worth a look at. Anyway, it's a nice, interesting list. I kind of put this down as one I'd like to face because there's lots of different stuff going on, which I always like in a list.
Just trying to see if Black Shields can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Black Shields got they got FAQ'd as to what their allegiance, their allied chart placement was. Okay, right.
Next,
Chris, you're going to do Ed.
Am I?
I just did the last one, didn't I?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Ed is rocking his salamanders. He has brought Vulcan to play as well. He's rolling the Covenant of Fire, Rite of War.
The classic. In fact, pretty much the only one that's really good. Standard.
He has a Centurion, Artificer Armor, Dragon Scale, Storm Shield, and a Power Fist.
Yep.
A Master of Signals with Artificer Armor. A Contemptor Mortis with Twin Link Las Cannons. A Fire Drake Terminator Squad, 5 Fire Drakes, 5 Storm Shields, 4 Thunderhammers, Mastercraft Thunderhammer on Sergeant, Land Raider Phobos, Armored Ceramite, and Multi-Melter.
Yep, little squad.
A
little squad.
Yep. 2 Laser Destroyer Arrays.
Good choices.
In the Elites, a Pyroclast squad with 7 man pyroclast squad with melter bombs,
Mhm.
a tactical squad with artificer armor on the sergeant, power sword on the sergeant, melter bombs and a rhino,
Yep.
and second one without the melter bomb, with a power fist but no melter bombs on the sergeant.
Which of course you don't need if you've got a power fist.
Exactly. Heavy support squad with 8 Volkite culverins and artificer armor on the sergeant.
Classic Michael.
Venator for the 18th time.
Yeah.
A Spartan assault tank, flare shield armored ceramite,
Yep.
and Vulcan as the Lord of War.
Nice. So I'm assuming the pyroclasts would go in the Spartan with Vulcan, and probably the Centurion, Master of Signals, possibly as well. The Fire Drakes would be slight. The only thing I would say about the Fire Drakes is they're slightly vulnerable, like that, without a Centurion, because of the ability to sweep things really easily if you're going against them. So basically, you don't add your initiative to the sweeping advance roll if you're a salamander. So basically, if you lose by 1 wound, you'd have the whole squad wiped out really easily if you fail your leadership test. But you do get a re-roll of one of those dice. But anyway, great list, nicely balanced, no problem with that at all. Well played.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay, so moving on,
next.
We've got Jason Bates and his, which is this one, Legio Cybernetica.
Okay, so his commander is Zyto Newman 323/MK12 or Mark 12, I guess. Nice name. I like it. He has got for his HQ, he's got an Archmagus Dominus with the classics, really. Machinator Array, Cyber Familiar, and Abeyant. Magus Dominus, so he's got 2 of these. These are both the same. Augury Scanners, Melter Bomb, Machinator Array on both of them. So he hasn't gone crazy with the upgrades for the HQ choices, which I think is sensible.
Yeah.
He's gone for Castellax.
Yeah. So I was just reading through this and I thought, going fine at this point. Then he gets into the meat of it.
Yeah. So 4 Castellax, 1 Siege Wrecker, and 3 Combat Blades. That's as a single mana pool. And then 3 Castellax with enhanced targeting arrays, and of course 3 Darkfire cannons and 3 Flamers. Then the Thalax, he's got 2 squads of 3 with Photon Thruster on one of them. And then we've got another classic from the Mechanicum bag, the Ad Securitaris Covenant, which is 30 of these guys with the Right of Pure Thought, which makes them fearless. So a spectacularly good and cheap way to camp objectives. A Skylax Guardian Automata Covenant. We've seen a few of these as well. 4 of these guys.
They're very handy.
With rotor cannons. So very nice. And then fast attack choice, an Artalax Battle Automata with the Arc Scourge. Another 2 of these actually. I think. Yeah. And then you are. Oh no, that's okay. 3 Vorax. With,
I'm always going to lose that temp.
Yeah, 3 Vorax with biocorrosive rounds, and just the 1 because I think he knew that I was going to be reading this Voltrax, and it's heavy support choice. The default for Cybernetica, the Thanatar with enhanced targeting arrays. That plasma mortar is a very useful thing. I generally tend to avoid it, to be honest with you, unless it's going to sit out there and let me shoot it. I tend to keep out of its way, to be honest. But anyway, not a too bad list, but my natural reaction of having 7
Castellax.
7 Castellax and 2 Automata, 2 Artalax. These are all big, tough units.
Yeah, but you got to remember this list, you got to remember it's Legio Cybernetica, which means it has to take Castellax as its
it does.
It doesn't have to take 7, though, does it?
Don't think I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure the Castellax is still on scoring.
They probably will be. I wouldn't have thought that. They're just not scoring by default, I think. Anyway, something to look at.
So,
but the thing is,
he's only got
that's still 4 scoring units.
Yeah,
which is plenty.
But anyway,
and one of those scoring units is basically a guaranteed objective if you can get them there. So it's tough. I put it on my list of importance to probably have a look at.
Yeah,
But
depends on
that
other
might be
lists,
my
really.
well, from the loyalist point of view, it's a standout-ish, but not crazy. I mean, I wouldn't be that bothered. Would I be that? No, I wouldn't go, oh my God, I'm going to have a horrific game here. I'd have a great game against it. It's just quite a tough one.
We've seen worse.
We have.
To
And
be
we
fair.
will.
Oh, we will, yes. Okay, so we've got John Dermondy, Lucky John.
Lucky John Dermondy is his name.
Lucky John Dermondy. Although, to be fair, I think I've stolen his luck recently.
I don't know why I even bother, basically.
Yeah, I don't know why you even bother. Okay, so he's got his commander is Majos Caleb Decima.
Nice.
So named character. He's Decima Invictus with Cyber Familiar, and he's in a Macro Acrid Explorator with Dozer Blade, Flare Shield, twin linked las cannons, and 2 Hunter Killer missiles. So that is that's not something to be sniffed at. A Majos Prime with Volkite Serpenta. Oh, this is a Tagmata though. It's not Majos. It's not Auto Reductor, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's got a Majors Prime with Volkite Serpenta, Mastercraft Power Axe with Myrmidax. Then he's got 4 Myrmidon Secutors with 3 Maxima Bolters, 2 Graviton Guns, and 3 Plasma Fusils.
Yeah, Plasma Fusils are the 48-inch range ones, aren't they?
I think they are. So he's got a nice mixture of weapons there. I think he'd be able to take care of a few. I mean, I know a lot of people would say you should master one thing with your squad, but that squad could take on quite a number of types of target and do well against all of them. Then we've got 2 squads of 5 Phalanx with a single multi-melter in the squad.
Yep.
2 lone Castellex Battle Automata, both with Darkfire cannons and 2 Power Blades. So that's not something you see very often. The Power Blades on a.
As they come up again in conversation, I think in Cybernetica they can score.
Okay, let me have a look while you carry on.
Fair enough. Okay, fast attack. We've got an Artalax, so very popular amongst the Mechanican players this time, and then an Ursarax cohort. 3 of them with 3 Power Fists. I like the Power Fists on these guys. I think they're really good.
10 as well.
10. What's not to like?
Yeah. Exactly.
Then we've got a Cryos Venator Tank Destroyer.
Jazzy.
Yeah.
I think that's Lindsay just got home. Then we've got a squad of 6 Myrmidon Destructors. So 6 of them, 2 Volkite Culverins, 2 Photon Thrusters, and 2 Conversion Beamers.
All right. Stick them in a corner somewhere.
So the wife is just asking where the cat is. She's gone upstairs.
Okay.
She didn't want to be locked in this room.
I didn't do that.
They decided I had to look after the cat when they went away.
Very sensible.
Okay. And Lord of War, we've got a Mechanicum Indentured Knight Errant with Blessed Auto Simulacra.
Very nice too.
Nice.
It's a nice list, and I'm just going to be perfectly honest. It's not going to go on the naughty list because it's John.
Yeah, I mean,
that shouldn't actually hold us back. I mean,
yeah, you know what? John could just bring a list of Warlord Titans, and I'd still not put him on the naughty list.
This is, bear in mind, gentlemen,
give him a free 3,000 points.
We're reviewing the list, not the person.
However, you have to take the person operating it into account.
But we don't know everybody. So
you don't judge a car.
We don't know everybody, but we know John. And I'm sorry, John, but as I said, you could bring a list just of Warlord Titans with all the upgrades you can think of and all the best weapons. And I'm still gonna rate you as a
judge the list, not the player. That's what I say. Okay. So here's the thing. You know what? I don't know.
So there's 12 troops if you take them normally.
Which
they're not taking them normally. Cybernetica, they become compulsory troop choices.
Yeah, I'm sure there was something about Cortex controllers and scoring somewhere. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure out. Someone will probably send us an email going, actually, that does tend to happen.
If you do
make mistakes. Yeah, we're not infallible. We don't know this game inside out. We talk about it a lot, but we don't know this game inside out. We talk a good game. Yeah.
If you say it confidently enough, people won't tell.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so moving on. What about John McKenney?
John McKenney. He is bringing Iron Hands, and
They're really nicely painted.
I haven't seen them, I think.
Yeah, he
Or
was
take
on the
more
live
as
stream.
commander. Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough.
He's
Oh,
been
yes.
on the live
No,
stream, yeah.
I do know, yes.
Bradford lad, older gentleman with glasses.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I know who you mean now. So or take
Lovely
more as
lad.
commander. Every time I talk.
Michael,
Yeah,
shush, Michael.
every time.
Eight for the third time. Or take more as his commander. He's rolling the right of war, the head of the Gorgon.
Okay.
So HQ or take more, as previously stated. A Master of Signals, box fresh. A Praetor with a what? Okay, Cyber Familiar, Master Crafted Divining Blade, Iron Halo, Melter Bomb, Space Marine Bike,
Ooh.
a Command Squad with 4 combat shields, 4 power axes, 2 power fists, a power sword, 4 Space Marine bikes.
So they would be effectively toughness 6, wouldn't they? Because they get -1 to shooting. You get -1 to shooting them in terms of their strength of the weapon, I believe.
Yeah.
Which means, for all intents and purposes, they couldn't be doubled up by shooting.
No, they're going to hurt you.
Which is nice.
Yep. A Apothecary on a bike with an augury scanner.
And now you're giving them 5+ field of pain as well.
A box fresh Apothecary. A Gorgon Tailmate Squad. 5. Is that? So 2 power axes, 2 chain fists, graviton gun, and a thunder hammer. So I couldn't read it properly.
Yeah.
A veteran tactical squad of 5 with 5 combi melters, melter bombs, and machine killers. Ouch.
Mm.
Two troop choices, both the same. A 10 guys in each. A Rhino, Blessed also Simulacra on the Rhino, Dozer Blade and Multi Melter. A tactical support squad of 5 graviton guns. A Terrax pattern assault drill with 2 heavy flamers. A heavy support squad, 10 guys, all Volkite Culverins with an augury scanner. A Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, Armored Ceramite, Blessed Auto Simulacra. Gravflux Bombard, Phosphex Discharger, Siege Drill, and a Drop Pod. And then everyone's personal favourite, the Arcus, Armored Ceramite,
Yes.
Neutron Flux Warheads, Sky Spear Warheads.
+1 for the neutron flux warheads, just to instant death mechanical units. That's always good. That's not a bad list, is it? It's going to be a tough one, though, I've got to say. The bikes would take some shit.
Because Iron Hands get that advantage of having that extra of -1 to
shooting strength.
I must admit, when I first read it, I was a bit, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's
but
all
you
right.
don't like Iron Hands.
Yeah, I don't like the Iron Hands. Yeah. It's a fluff reason, though, not a general hatred of the army. Because
mine's just irrational hatred.
But when I took a second look at it, and I was like thinking about all the army bonuses, especially on those bikes. All those bikes are going to be tough.
Yeah,
totally. The 5-man graviton gun squad is interesting. Putting that in a termite is an interesting choice. Could cause all sorts of bother. I'm not a big fan of graviton guns, but I probably underestimate them in volume.
In the Terrax, it could be also the combi melters. It's got 5 combi melters there as well.
Oh yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Either or, really.
Yeah,
and because they're not a dedicated transport, he's got a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Flexibility.
Very nice. So not too scary. Good squad though.
Yeah,
could be an outsider.
Cool, and the gang. So
next up, yes.
Justin Hill.
Next up, what we got? Justin Hill.
Yes. So the commander is Terrasus the Destroyer.
Tertius.
Oh yeah, Tertius, like Perseus, but with a T.
Yep.
The Rite of War is, of course, the Stone Gauntlet, which is the classic Imperial Fists, what this is. He's got Pickett, the chaplain, which is nice. Artist for Armour, Power Axe, Refractor Field. Tertius, the aforementioned Destroyer. Praetor with digital lasers, Iron Halo, Melter Bombs, Paragon Blade, and a Solarite Power Gauntlet. So Paragon Blade and Solarite Power Gauntlet means he does get +1 attack. And the Solarite Power Gauntlet is a Power Fist, but AP1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yay. An Apothecarian detachment, 2 Apothecaries, 1 with Artist for Armour. Then we've got a selection of Breacher squads, various sizes. So we've got a 14-man Breacher squad, with 2 melter guns and a flamer, a Vexelia, Altis for armor, and Power Fist on the Sarge. 15-man one, same again. 2 melter guns, Vexelia, Altis for armor, and Power Fist. And then a siege squad of 10 men, which is the sergeant being upgraded with power axe and melter bombs, Altis for armor, and a support squad with Volkite chargers, Altis for armor, and in a Rhino. Fast attack, we've got the default Primaris Lightning Strike Fighter with 2 lots of Kraken heavy penetrator missiles, 2 battle servitors control, and ground tracking auguries, giving it Tank Hunter and strafing run.
Yeah,
and of course the twin linked auto. Oh, and twin linked auto cannons as well. So that would be quite a useful thing with the twin linked las cannon that comes with. Heavy support. We've got a heavy support squad, hardened armor, heavy bolters, Altis for armor, and augury scanner. We've got a Leviathan siege dreadnought with armored ceramite, cyclonic melter lance, and siege drill. We've got the classic and not very often seen these days, Sakira battle tank with armored ceramite and las cannon sponsons. And Lord of War, we've got the Typhon heavy siege tank with armored ceramite, just for funs and giggles. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to perform better than his list did last time, where he had the termites as a
walking driving unit.
Termites driving on. I think this list is going to be. Is it a naughty list? Don't know.
I've got it on just because I'm looking at the list, not the player. But I'm willing to.
No. It's
on the bolters
I think it's a toss-up for me whether this will be a naughty list.
The only thing that would put it on there would be the Typhon, right? Everything else is fine.
Yeah. I mean, there's Dreadnought again. It's walking up. It's short range. The Leviathan, that is short range. The Primaris, that's obviously very tasty.
Do you know what? I don't think this. Yeah, but retrospectively, probably not a naughty list contender based on the other lists we've seen.
If there was one more apothecary in there.
Yeah, I think there's
breacher squads. I think you'd be sort of thinking about it more, because then they become very difficult to bump off the table, especially almost
walking, aren't they?
Yeah. I like it. There's a nice theme to it. It feels right.
Yep.
It feels thematic. I like it. I like this list.
Yeah, I think that keeping the Typhon alive would be key to that list, wouldn't it? I think. The rest of it, like you said, it's going to be quite slow, which is good. And I like the idea of the kind of breach slowly advancing up the board. That sounds cool. But not on the naughty list for me, to be fair, even with the Typhon.
Right. Okay, so is it me next?
It is indeed.
Yeah, okay, so we got Keith Townsend of the Mournable podcast. He's got Space Wolves. Commander is Sturgird Jorikson, and he's not using a Rite of War. So his HQ is a Siege Breaker in Cataprache Terminator armor with a Thunder Hammer and Combi Melter. Yep. He's got a Centurion, plain old Centurion, Artificer armor, Melter Bombs, Frost Blade, and Thunder Hammer. Ooh. A Speaker of the Dead in Aether Rune armor, Melter Bombs, and Great Frost Blade.
Ouch.
Elites, he's got 2 Apothecaries with a Power Sword and an Augury Scanner.
Yeah.
A quad launcher support battery, 3 of them with shatter shells.
Don't see a lot of them. They're very effective and good.
No, you don't see a lot of them since the FAQ, but that's a good thing, I think, because there's a lot more variety in the lists. But they're still very good.
They are good.
Varagear Wolfguard Terminators, 5 of them. And this, I love this loadout. I think this loadout is really nice. 4 Reaper autocannons, 2 Chain Fist, 2 Frost Claws, a Frost Blade, and a Thunder Hammer. That is going to wreck your day.
They can take multiple autocannons? I guess
they can indeed. That's why I don't like
everything you hate about them, Graham. They can do so.
That's why I forgot about that. Yeah, but they're 1 wound. One wound.
But still.
But that's why I don't. That's why I do. Are they 1 wound? I'm pretty sure they're 1 wound. That's why I don't like the one they sell on the website. Oh. Yeah, that's why I don't like the one they sell on the website, because it's a really bad loadout. Okay. So troops, a Breacher squad times 10. A lot of Breacher squads in this event, I have to say. Melter Bombs, 2 Flamers, Artificer armor, a Combi Flamer, and Thunder Hammer. So that's pretty. That's gonna keep an objective. 2 15-man Grey Slayer squads, ever so slightly different. The first one has 5 combat shields, 4 power axes, 4 power fists, a nuncio box, and artificer armor. The second one has 6 combat shields, 3 power axes, 1 power fist, 1 nuncio box, 5 bolters, artificer armor, and frost axe. Then we've got heavy support. So we've got a 10-man heavy support squad with missile launchers, artificer armor, and augury scanner. Pretty good. Then we've got a Medusa artillery tank just on its own. Pretty good. I mean, I like them in squads of 3, even though I know that's not the best way to do it because of the way the misses work and that. But I like them. Then we've got a Whirlwind Scorpius, no upgrade. And then, as his Lord of War, the ever what seems to be the common Lord of War, the Typhon Heavy Siege.
It's a comeback, isn't it? That's
Armored Ceramite and Lascannon Sponsons.
I was beginning to wonder whether the Typhon was on special at the Loyalist Outfitters this month.
It's definitely making a comeback this time, but again, I still think the lists are a lot nicer than they were last time. But that's just me. Yeah. So
there's a toss up on this one, to be honest with you.
I don't think it's. I don't think that this particular list is. How do I put it? It's not all that. It's tough.
It's not all that.
It's not
No, it's tough.
It's not
It's really
come around
good
this
list.
manner.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Keith's list is therefore is rubbish or anything. What I am saying is it's a good list, but I wouldn't put this on the naughty list right now. I don't think I would. I think he's taken. Well, he hasn't got a Rise of War, so he's automatically losing some bonuses that you can get for the Space Wolves there. I think he's
15-man Great Slayer squads are no fun for anybody.
They aren't, but they are on foot, right? That is the only consolation there. They're not chopped.
yeah. There's a lot of foot slogging going on here. It's like what's happening with these Terminators? They're walking up. Okay, admittedly they've got Reaper auto cannons, but that means that their combat weapons, which are not cheap, are going to waste. I'm assuming he's putting an apothecary in each one of those combat squads. Yeah,
it's okay. I think you're similar to Justin's list previous.
It's got a lot of good
themselves aren't. Yeah, it's got a lot of good elements. The Medusa on its own is a good choice, I think. Well,
Medusa
as well.
Medusa, Typhon, Whirlwind.
All the boxes ticked really, but again, short range ish. The Whirlwind's the only long range thing at 48.
Typhon doesn't move.
Yeah. Okay, so is that Dotty?
Yeah, it is. Give me 2 seconds, gents.
Do you want to start going through Kieran's one? Yeah, while he deals with the dog issues.
So Kieran Jones is next up on the list. He is running. I'm trying to work out what. It's just Solar Auxilia.
Yeah, that's a Solar Auxilia symbol.
Yeah, cool. So we
Solar Auxilia symbol as I can get the Ram.
I was just trying to sort of work out that's all the Tricosian. So he has a Lord Marshal out of the box, a tactical command squad. A tactical command section with an additional 4 veteran auxiliaries, a grenade launcher, Tricosian, with a demolisher cannon and a flare shield. Oh, ouch! A tank commander, a Medicaid detachment of 4 Medicaid orderlies, Nuncio Vox and a power axe, a troop tercio with an aegis defense line and a las rifle section.
Yep.
A second tercio with 2 Velatara storm sections and 2 Tricosian armored transports, demolisher cannons, flare shields, bulkhead chargers on the storm sections.
Yeah.
A Lehman Russ in the fast attack choice as a strike squadron, 3 annihilators, and 3 las cannons, Primaris lightning strike fighter. God. Look, we've been reading lists for nearly 3 hours with ground tracking auguries, 2 Kraken penetrator missiles, and a Lord of War, which is the Storm Lord super heavy tank, which is the tank commander is occupying, side sponsors of las cannons and twin linked heavy bolters.
This is an interesting combo. I love the Solar Auxiliary, as you know. Yep. There's some good stuff in there. The Storm Lord, which I can always get the Storm Lord and the Storm Hammer confused. Storm Lord, I think, is the transport one. Anyway, Lehman Russ. Anybody curious as to which Lehman Russ that is?
Oh, let's have a guess.
Is that the las cannons? No, not las cannons.
We need to find the fast attack version. Strike Squad. So Annihilator, Twin Link las cannons.
Hey,
There we go. Pretty good. But of course, they're all weapon skill.
3.
Ballistic skill 3, and these ones only have 3 hull points, whereas but they are. I think they get outflank. Yeah, they get outflank. The heavy support ones have 4. So, but the Stormlord as well, chucking it in there. Now, putting the tank commander in it is a very good idea if it is the one I think it is. So, Storm Hammer, Storm Blade, Storm Lord. Well, we're on the shadows. Apologies, people. Come on, somebody tell me which one this one is.
I can't remember. It's not my department, unfortunately. It doesn't involve stabbing people.
It's mine. So this is the very sensible. This is the big transport one. So open topped, but not open topped.
Yeah.
People can shoot out of it. Vulcan Mega Bolter, heavy 15, strength 6, AP 3. If it doesn't move, it gets heavy 30. And of course, the other cool thing is that if you put a tank commander in it, it can also Overwatch. So
it's the bolter one, did you say?
Yes, it's the Vulcan Mega Bolter version.
Yes.
So that's the one with the
So
that will shred lots of things, and also be a really good way of getting storm sections, etc., into contention. I'm trying to think they're all kind of
go in it.
Yeah, they're already kind of in.
Trying to think put in there.
Las rifle section.
Yeah, I think. Or it's just there for keeps, just for.
I mean, Las rifle section is 20 people, right? So maybe you could put the Las rifle section in there and the command section in there. No problem.
The only thing I think he would do, but we'll find out.
It's a good choice.
He'll tell us at some point.
It's a good choice. I mean, the Lord Marshal, you choose your own warlord traits. So blind barrage is the classic, so that everything, all the solar auxiliary units have not stealth. The other one, shrouded on turn 1. So put them behind a defense line, and they're on a 2+ cover save first turn.
Laughing.
Very good.
Nice. Okay.
Would you normal naughty list?
Naughty list? No.
Mind you, 3 departure cannons, but no, it's not. No. There's not enough there to.
It's a tough list. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I wouldn't put it into that. I don't know. It's no. Okay, we're going now.
I'd have my own struggles against it, but I don't think it's. For one, it's lacking a lot of anti. It's not got the. Oh, someone at the door.
Someone is at the front door.
That seems like the most pointless thing to say after somebody's hit the ding dong there, Michael. That seems over-engineered to
I'm just gonna close the door to the kitchen.
No worries. Just to go back to this list, I think this would be very good against actually the demons. I mean, if you could get that Stormlord going at the demons,
there we go.
30 shots.
Right, just in the back line.
Yeah.
And then get everyone out and Volkite everything.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we on to next? We got Lex.
I was just having a look at. I like the list that Kieran's put together. It seems very balanced. Okay,
yeah,
next.
I do like Kieran's list. It is nice.
Okay.
It'll be me again. So we have Lex. What?
It's Graham.
Oh, is it Graham? Okay.
So Lex, for the third time, it's commander is Karstan Void Commander, 9th Sphere, or Euclidean Deeps. So that's where it's coming from.
Euclidean Deeps.
Euclidean
Deeps, yeah.
Euclidean, right. It's a orbital assault force right of war, which is cool. So we've got a Praetor in Tartarus Terminator armor, Vigil these are Imperial Fists curses. Tartarus Terminator armor, Vigil pattern Storm Shield, giving him 3+ invuln just for funds because he's Imperial Fist. Paragon Blade and Digital Lasers, great combos all round. We've got Command Squad again with Tartarus Terminators, again with the Storm Shields, or 3 of them have got Storm Shields. One's got Power Fist and Chain Fist. Then he's got an Esoterist, so Mastery level 2 with Psych Out Grenades, Refractor Fields, and a Scimitar pattern Jet Bike. Nice. And a Champion. This is a good Good opening gambit. Champion with Artificer Armor, Divining Blades, Refractor Field, Melter Bomb, and a Jump Pack. Some interesting and useful HQ choices there.
Indeed.
In the elites, you've got the Apothecary, the sort of default Apothecary. Two of these guys both got power swords. Both one, I'm assuming one or more has got August Cannon and Jump Pack. And then we've got another set of the classic box dreads. Two of these guys, Plasma Cannon and Havoc Launcher on one, Flamestorm Cannon. Actually, there might be a Plasma Cannon and Flamestorm Cannon, sorry, which is a great combo. Extra armor on these, Armored Ceramite and Frag Assault Launchers, and both in drop pods.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Can a Dreadnought tablet? No. Can a Talon take drop pods?
I think they can in this particular right of war.
Because they've got to be within 6, haven't they? But you're right, there may be another thing there.
I believe in this
Orbital Assault, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, tactical squad, 10-man tactical squad, close combat weapons, additional close combat weapons, never leave home without them. Artificer Armor and heavy chainsword on the sergeant.
You never see a heavy chainsaw, do you?
I take one on the Angels Tears sergeant. He has a heavy chainsword in my army because it looks cool.
Okay. They do look cool.
Melter bombs on the Sarge with a drop pod for the squad, and then we've got a 15-man version. Power sword ×2, power maul, melter bombs, artificer armor, and combat shields. Fast attack, so jet bike, sky hunters. We've seen a few of these. 3 of these guys. Melter bombs on the sergeant with power weapons. Seeker squad, only 5-man. Excuse me. Seeker squad, 5-man combi plasmas on all 5 of these. Artificer armor, power swords, melter bombs, drop pod, Deathstorm drop pod. Haven't seen these for a bit. Very useful. Drop pod assault, of course, and then Leviathan, cyclonic melt lance, armored ceramite, phosphex discharger, dreadnought drop pod. So just a normal claw in the other hand, and a fire raptor with hellstrike missiles. Nice.
Yep.
Nice list.
Dreadnoughts can take.
I didn't think they could. I like that list a lot. That's a nice list.
Yeah,
it's got some tough bits, to be fair.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be, I suppose, what do you bring down and when?
The command squad's going to be a right old handful.
Yes,
with that 3+ inbound, but one, like you say, one wound. But yeah, they're going to be tough.
I mean, the Protor, Paragon Blade, digital lasers, 3+, 2+, and they're in Tartarus, so they can make you run away like girls. Yeah,
I mean, the Esoterrorist as well would probably go with, I'm assuming, the Assault Squad, maybe. Or no, sorry, the Sky Hunters would work, wouldn't it? Dolt. You know what? There's a lot of interesting units there. I like that. It's not spammy. There's lots of everything's different. I like that. But 2 scoring units.
Let's have a look. Yeah. That's all right.
Nobody gets that could be tricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, great stuff.
There's enough around it for you to focus on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's getting. I mean, they can drop pod in, can't they? Turn 1, I guess. The Assault Squad would come in not turn 1, though, would they? Or do they come in on turn 1 with Orbital Assault?
They come in turn 2. Oh, Orbital Assault. Oh, I don't know. I forget.
It's on the other page.
Anyway,
so Orbital Assault, right of war. All units in this army eligible to take a Rhino instead of take a transport may instead take a drop pod, or a Dreadclaw drop pod instead of a transport. Dreadnoughts. Yeah. No, it doesn't say they turn up turn 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll be coming in on reserve rolls.
Yeah. Well, okay, right. Moving on to Liam McLaughlin, and he's got Blood Angels. His commander is Raldaron. So that's nice.
Removing stains across the galaxy since.
Shut your face.
And he's taking Pride of the Legion as his right of war, and it's a very compact army, as you can see if you can see this on screen. He's got a chaplain with power axe, Cataphracti Terminator armor, chapter master Raldaron, and those are his HQ. In his troops, he's got a 15-man assault squad with combat shields, melter bombs, artificer armor, and a power fist. So then a 10-man Terminator squad. He hasn't said what armor these Terminators are in, so I did mean to go back.
I would assume Tartarus because
I assume Tartarus as well. So 10-man Terminator squad, 7 power fists, 3 chain fists, a Spartan assault tank, and a dozer blade with flare shield. So that's nice and tasty. Then we've got, and I assume the chaplain and Ralderon will go in with those. I assume. Then we've got 2 5-man Terminator squad that are identical. We've got 2 power fists in them, a thunder hammer, Land Raider Phobos, and Dozer Blade on both those squads. So armor 14 already here.
Yes.
And then we've got a Deredeo Dreadnought with Aliosis missile launcher. So that's just stock. So that's got the auto cannons, which are really good. I think even really, really good. Then we've got a Stormblade with the armored Ceramite and Space Marine Legion crew. What's the Stormblade? Is that that's the plasma, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the best one you can get.
Yeah.
I think.
So it's a very compact list. There's not a lot.
Very compact. There's nothing in there.
But you've got 4 scoring units there, 3 of which are Terminators.
Yeah. It's up there. This was on my list of possible interest, to be fair.
There's not a lot of there's not a lot of fat on there, is there? I'd say this is not, for me, this is an naughty list one.
I've kind of put it on a naughty list.
Sorry?
Ralderon did something to enhance the guys he was with, then I would say yes. But he doesn't buff anyone in any way. He does one thing, and that is cut people's heads off. He has 2 abilities. He has 1 ability, and that's to pick his warlord trait. That's it. The other thing he has is an Incarmine Warblade, +1 strength, AP2, Mastercrafted, Shred, Murderous Strike. So, he's a good killer, but he's not doing anything to make those Terminators any better, really.
I don't know. You're chucking him in you're going to put him in the 10-man squad with the chaplain, so he's going to get hatred.
Yeah,
it's going to kick ass. I mean, yeah, this would be certainly in balance of all of the lists we've seen so far from the Loyalists. This is certainly the one that I would expect to be a toughie. There's not a lot of give on that one.
Be interesting to play though.
Interesting as a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
But you're basically playing the same units quite a lot, which is fine. That's cool. But it's, like I said, it's only a subjective view. It's not personal. The Stormblade we know is an absolutely excellent
favorite one.
War choice. It is my favorite one. I think it serves 2 very good purposes. It's got a big strength 10 that isn't as bad as the Typhon, but it's still strength 10. So those demons watch it, and it's also, or it can fire 2 reasonably large strength 8. AP 2 shots as well, so it's a really, really good super heavy tank, oft overlooked, I fear.
Yep. Okay, so moving on, Chris, could you take us through Mike Collard?
So Mike Collard.
This is one of my favorite lists.
Is it because it has a great big U at the top?
Well, yeah, that helps.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Much like mine of the Blood Angels ones, unsurprisingly. I like the fist ones. Basically, not Iron Warriors. I'm happy. Mike Collard, Ultramarines. He has Commander Gaius Verus. Oh, really? Okay, hang on. Captain Gaius Verus, Crinitus Lemancius, Hero of Lemaine, and Marshal of the Strike Cruiser, Gilliman's Honor. He is running. Great. The title.
Great. Already on. Yeah.
Right of War is Pride of the Legion. He has got a Praetor, digital lasers, Mastercraft Paragon Blade, and a Thunder Hammer. Cheeky. An Apothecary, a Contemptor Dreadnought Talon with 3 Dreadnoughts, 4 close combat weapons, and 2 Carries assault cannons in the mix. Tactical support squad of 7 guys with melter guns and a Rhino. Terminator squad, 5 guys with 2 guys with pairs of lightning claws, a chain fist, a power axe, a power sword. They're in a Phobos. 2 10-men veteran tactical squads, power sword, Xenos Bane, and Rhinos. The first of the new tanks that I think we've seen, the Sabre, with an Anvilus snub autocannon, heavy bolter, and 2 Sabre missiles. the tried and trusted classic of 2 Vindicator siege tanks. I'm assuming they're not in a
Squad.
No,
Well,
they're separate entry.
cool. And then the even more overlooked Cerberus heavy tank destroyer, which is the
Laser Spartan.
yes.
I like this list because it contains a lot of stuff that I haven't seen before or in a while.
Yeah, I agreed. There is the curiosity of the sabers.
Saber does, yeah.
Cerberus, you're kind of almost handicapping yourself with that thing. But, it's a great fun list.
It feels like it should always be better.
Exactly. In the same way that the Venators are disappointing, the Cerberus is much worse for that.
Yeah,
But
so cool looking thing.
great looking tank. A good fun list, right?
Yeah.
No problem with that at all. Good interesting list. I'll be happy to play that.
Yeah, I really want to see this. I hope he brings something similar back in.
What does Xenobane just do, just out of interest? It's like,
That's a very good question. +1 against Xenos. It was like, hello.
just wondering.
Is it a veteran ability? Or
Yeah,
a
another
Ultramarine
veteran
ability?
practice.
Okay.
But I can't remember what it is because I've never taken it.
That's cool. That's right.
Okay. I'll have a quick look while who's next out of the bag?
You are.
You
Oh,
are.
cool.
So,
look at this. So I get the joy of doing Pete Reese and his
and there's a sentence.
and his Iron Warriors army. No, it's of course White Scars. So his commander is Golasar Khan. At the right of war is the Chagorian Brotherhood. So we have a Praetor, mastercrafted Paragon Blade with melter bombs, digital lasers, Iron Halo, Cyberhawk. I can't remember what it does, but it sounds so cool. Sounds like a 1980s, program, doesn't it? Cyberhawk.
Man, one of the two.
Yeah, and the Scimitar Jetbike, of course. Then we've got the Golden Keshig. Not something you use in Quidditch, but in fact, 5 of them. It was the Thunder Hammer on one of them. I can't remember what these guys do, so you'll have to bear with me.
I'll bring up Bouquet and then we can.
Yeah, and then we've got some serious jet bikes. So we've got 6 Sky Hunters with Volkite Culverins on 2 of them, and the Sergeant's got a power sword. We've got a further 3 with a Volkite Culverin, and a further 3 with Volkite Culverin. So 2 squads of 3 with Volkite Culverin. Tactical squad times 15. Sorry?
No sergeants in the squad, though.
No, okay. Tactical squads, 15 man for a tactical squad with a Vexella, Artificer armor, and a Power Fist on the Sergeant. And a tactical support squad, so 8 plasma guns in Artificer armor. We've got the Kizagan assault speeder nonsense vehicle. And then just to please me, Pete, because I'm sure he put this in just for me, we've got a land speeder squadron, 4 of them, with multi-melters and graviton guns. Good combo.
If you're watching this, you can see that Graham's face is slowly getting redder as he reads this.
Anger builds. Actually, no, do you know what? This isn't bad, is it? This is interesting. Jetbike, in the heavy support, we've got the Jetbike Sky Slayers. 5 of these, they do have a sergeant with them. What? And out of left field, screaming in, causing all manner of bother, we've got a beautiful Thunderhawk gunship. Without the D weapon, because you can't have it in a 3,000 point game.
He does love a Thunderhawk.
I mean, he's the only person in the world who probably keeps them going, to be honest with you, and always makes them look spectacularly good. So, what do we think of this? Naughty list? Not naughty list? What?
So, do you want me to tell you what the Cyberhawk does and what the Golden Keshik do?
Please.
So, Cyberhawk, this represents by a small token or model which is placed by the owning player at the beginning of their turn.
Yes.
Taking place anywhere on the table. It may physically sit and may be moved elsewhere at the beginning of each of its owning player's turns. Any unit with the infantry type and the Legion of Astartes White Scott special rule that is firing upon an enemy enemy unit which has to be at least within 6 inches of the token may re-roll failed to hit rolls of 1.
Nice.
Any such unit assaulting such an enemy may re-roll the dice to determine charge range.
Wowzers. So very useful
Yeah.
with all the shooting. So Yep, that's and the golden Keshiga.
Golden
They're not
Keshiga.
bikes, are they? They're Terminators or something, aren't they?
No, the golden
No,
jet.
they're bikes. Yeah, golden
Oh, they
Keshiga
are bikes.
bikes.
Oh, sorry.
The Ebon Keshiga, the Terminators.
Ah, yes. Okay. Fair
So
enough.
they are vertical 5, ballistical 4, strength 4, toughness 5, 1 wound each. So that's all right. 2+ armor save.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Terminators on jet bikes, basically.
No, bikes always have a 2+ save. Jet bikes.
Yes. Oh yes.
So yeah, very cool.
And they have power lances, which are strength 7 on the charge, or strength user, and strength and AP2, strength AP4. They're 2-handed. They have sunder, cumbersome, murderous strike, concussive.
Nice. That's a right handful. Okay. What do we think? The Thunderhawk will really take some getting down. Yeah, I'm assuming the tactical squad and maybe the tactical support squad would all go in that.
I wouldn't say it's a naughty list myself. I think it's definitely interesting. It's got some stuff there that you need to deal with. But I don't necessarily think it's naughty list.
I mean, take Pete Reese, because we know Pete Reese is an excellent player and lots of fun. Would it still pass the non-naughty list test, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thunderhawk
Thing is,
it might change as the game goes on, but that's the point. We don't know. We make a subjective decision that these are going to be powerful, but let's face it, we're often wrong.
Sure. I mean, the land speeders are going to come in and actually cause quite a lot of bother for a very cheap squad. Jet bikes as well, they're always going to be a real pain. And the real wild card is that Thunderhawk, because goodness knows how you bring that thing down. But it is so big and cumbersome. I mean, where on earth do you put it? So, yeah, interesting choices all around, to be honest with you. It would be an interesting list. Probably not a naughty list, to be honest with you. The Thunderhawk isn't overpowered or anything. So, yeah, I'll be okay with that.
Yep. But the next one definitely would be on the list.
Wow,
Yeah, the next one is
100%.
going on there automatically.
Power gamer extraordinaire.
Let's just bang it on there now and save us reading it out, really.
Yeah. Okay. He'll get upset if we don't.
Who is it?
This is me, my turn. So we've got Fengir Redback, the Serpent's Bane.
Who's this?
Who's there?
I'm getting there. Commanding Rob Ings Space.
Played. Good counter.
Okay. And he's taking the Bloodied Claw as his right of war. So this is a list that I think we've seen him play before. He knows this list very well.
The Bloodied Claw is the one where you basically get every special rule known to man, isn't it? Like everything, as far as I could tell when we played him.
But okay, so he's taking a Praetor with Aether Rune armor, Paragon Blade, digital lasers, Iron Halo, and a Power Fist. So specialist weapon, 2 specialist weapons for that.
A lot of people do that, don't they? For the +1 attack. Well, actually, +2 attacks for digital lasers as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, so two identical Speakers of the Dead, Aether Rune armor, Great Frostblade, Melter Bombs.
Speakers of the Dead.
And a cheapest attachment, 2 Apothecaries, 2 Augury Scanners. Grade Slayers, 1 18-man squad with 4 Power Fists, 14 Power Weapons, Vexelia, and Artificer Armor. 1 with 17 Grade Slayers, 4 Power Fists, 13 Power Weapons, Vexelia, and Artificer Armor. Heavy support, 2 a Vindicator Siege Tank Squadron, 2 of them in there, 2 Laser Destroyer Arrays, 2 lots of Armored Ceramites, and 2 Dozer Blades. Then 2 identical Spartan Assault Tank, Armored Ceramite, Flare Shield, Dozer Blade.
I bet his fingers got really tired hitting Control C and then Control V.
And a Blade with Armored Ceramite.
Yeah, there's no question.
I played this. It's a tough list. It's a really tough list to play.
Can somebody do me a massive favour and have a look at the
Bloodied Claw?
I've got a little rant about the Speaker of the Dead and the fact that fundamentally you get 2 consoles for the price of 1 for nothing. Right? Nothing.
Right.
And if I may, one more point. Magnus was 100% right. Just
Right. The Bloodied Claw. Yeah. Affects Oath of the Bloody Claw, all Grey Slayer squads and assault squads in the detachment gain the Furious Assault special rule.
Nice.
Furious charge. but must always charge an enemy unit in the assault phase if they're able. If multiple targets are available, the controlling player may choose freely which one is attacked.
Leave them in the Spartan.
Yep.
Job done.
Or overwhelming assault. All units in the army add +1 to their combat resolution when in the enemy's deployment zone. Sorry, I do apologize.
Yeah.
Howl of the Death Wolf. The detachment gains the Howl of the Death Wolf special rule. This means that if the army's warlord also has a special rule because of the warlord trait, it may be used twice per battle. Can't take immobile, artillery, or slow and purposeful units. Cannot take allied space marine detachments.
Yeah, and plus all the other craziness that Grey Slayers get, like counterattack and everything else in the universe. It's 100. There's zero fat on this bad boy. And the glaive just to give you a firm kick squarely between the legs.
It's a very, very, very tough list. I don't think Rob would have any complaints when I'm saying right now,
he doesn't get on the list. That's the thing.
Yeah,
going on the naughty list, and that's simply because this is,
naughty
player. He's a good player, but it is. Let's be fair. It's not spammy, but there's two lots of identical stuff that happens to be really, really good at what it does.
Control C, Control V, Control.
and that's always going to get my attention. And that's always for me when it comes to naughty list. If I see repetition like that, then I'm always going to go, hey, yeah, actually.
Howl of the Death Wolf, just so you can get more annoyed, Graham. Let's get that blood pressure up. Once per game, the warlord may declare the use of this level. You can twice in this. If this special rule at the start of the player turn, for the duration of that player turn only, all run and charge distances made for the models in the army with the Space Wars Legion Astartes special rule may be re-rolled.
And they can run and charge, can't they, as well? Disorganized charges, these bad boys.
Yeah, but I think they can only do that if everyone in the Grey Slayer squad shares a certain rule, and I think pretty much there are no HQs that share that rule.
They get +1 weapon skill and they're charged. They get counter attack.
Yeah.
So they get their +1 weapon skill as well.
Anyway, enough of my whole Dreadclaw about how much I dislike the Space Wolves. This is a firm contender. Nice name, still going in the list.
Absolutely. We love Rob, but sorry, you're on the naughty list.
Yes, he's a lovely chap. Okay, next
is Chris, and he's going to talk to Ross.
So this is Ross. He is running White Scars. He has got Murakami Khan as his commander.
Nice.
And he's running the Chagorian Brotherhood's Right of War. So we have a librarian, Marshal level 2, Refractor Field, 4 small, Shamshir jet bike, and a scatterblock launcher.
Shamshir jet bike. Now that sounds like a 70s.
That's the one that comes with the golden Keshig.
Yeah.
Okay. No, nice.
Instead of having the heavy bolter type thing, it's got a
scatterbolt launcher.
Yeah, it's got a bolt launcher. Yeah.
Whatever that is, sounds horrific.
He has a Praetor with a Cyberhawk, digital laser, defining blade, iron halo, melter bombs, scimitar jet bike.
Nice.
2 squads of jet bike sky hunters, both with 6 in, with 2 Volkite runs and melter bombs.
Yes.
2 tactical squads, melter bombs, rhino, dozer blade, multi melter. They're identical. A further 2 tactical squads, 5 in each. Plasma guns, melter bombs, rhino, dozer blade, multi melter.
Yep.
An attack bike squadron, 2 in there, 2 melter bombs, 2 multi melters.
Yeah.
A javelin speeder, multi melter, hunter killer missiles times 2. Javelin speeder, multi melter, hunter killer missiles times 2. Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, Armored Ceramite, Leviathan Storm Cannon, Phosphex Discharger, Twin Linked Volkite Culverins.
Yeah.
And for the second time today,
Wowzers.
Cerberus Heavy Tank Destroyer.
Wow, it's sort of like coming in at number 38, isn't it, at the moment? It's on the top 40. Wow, I mean, that's nice to see. Interesting choices.
White Scars list is different to Pete's.
I mean, everything looks like it's on the move, which is cool.
Yeah.
Apart from the Siege Dreadnought, which is going to have to kind of run, but everything else is going to be going top whack. Great. I like that. Nice.
It's a really nice list. Don't think it's naughty list worthy.
No, I wouldn't have thought so, personally.
really, really good list. And that brings us down to the
That's it.
end of the lists.
Yes.
So, what were your what were your favourites? And what do you think you would put on the naughty list? Is that
So for me,
Jason goes on the naughty list for me.
Sorry? It's all right.
So, that.
Yeah. So what were you saying there, Chris, about the naughty list?
I think Jason goes on the naughty list with his 7 Castellax. I don't think that's too.
yeah. So shall I tell you what I've got on mine?
Go on then.
Chris Page, Daniel, with his
Which
what's
Daniel?
his name? Daniel Andrews. Yeah.
Yep.
Liam McLaughlin, which was I can't remember now, but one that came out. And
Blood Angels one.
yep, but that's just my natural hatred of them, and which is plenty actually.
You pretty much
and-
do every army, don't you?
No,
Do you
he
know
I play basically. That's what it is.
That there is that. There's obviously if it was like a scale, and it was like, does Chris play this? It would be like a +1.
Yeah.
As I'm sure the same is exactly true for
I
mine.
like World Eaters.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll stand
You
around.
do.
I do.
You
I like
like
World Rocks. I do like World Eaters. You know,
Okay.
I'm more
Fair enough.
open-minded than you, but that's fine.
Clearly. Keith Townsend I put in there with his Space Wolves.
For a naughty list.
Enjoying robbing. I did, but yeah, retrospectively, I was probably a bit harsh.
You-
But
you-
robbing, there's no doubt.
Naughty list.
Rob's first on the list.
Yeah.
You know,
For the,
Yeah,
for
I've got Rob on that list. I've got Liam for the Terminators. No offense, Liam. It's a tough list. As I said,
Yeah.
there's you're not going to get penalised in game if you bring this list to October. You just
no.
no,
It's just
no,
a bit of fun.
just a
Just
bit,
a bit of fun.
just a bit of
Jason.
fun. We've taken our lesson.
On the nice side, though, you had quite a lot, actually, more than the traitors. So Chris Carr, Daniel Evans, Jason Bates, Kieran, Lex, and Mike Collard. All
surprised you put
Wouldn't-
Jason in your nice list as opposed to on your naughty list.
maybe I got it wrong. Let me have a quick look.
Thanatar, Voltarax, Vorax, Artilax.
Oh no, I put it in the wrong column. Let me have a look. Let me have a
favorite
look.
list is actually going to surprise you. I really like Keith's. And it's not because it's a particularly, it's not exactly a interesting list, but it feels like a list of stuff that he actually enjoys and likes to play. If that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like it's designed to do a particular thing. That could just be my lack of tactical acumen.
It's good that one space player likes to type words out and not just type things once and then, you know.
You're really on a Robert here, aren't you?
It really is. Poor Rob.
Oh, don't give me poor Rob.
No, I like
Good.
Keith's list. I like Keith's list because it feels really interesting. It feels like it doesn't feel like that he's gone and said, right, this is what I need to win all my games and beat everybody up and beat absolutely. Yes, there's a typhon in there.
Typhon.
I
feels
like
like
Lex's list.
Sorry, Chris.
I like Lex's list. I think it's quite
I
fun.
do too.
Yeah,
Very
that's
fun.
nice.
That's
And
cool.
obviously Mike's list, the sabers, putting in the sabers. That's always going to get my attention because I love those little tanks.
Kieran's was nice. Lex's was nice. Pete's was nice as well.
There aren't
actually.
any ones that we just that are sort of meh, aren't they? They're all good. They've all got nice little things about them.
To be honest,
Yeah.
Chris Page's list, well, I'd run that, so that's going to be on my sort of list every day of the week.
I haven't seen a list amongst the any of them that loyalists or traitors that I would say, nah, I don't like that because of fluff or because of playstyle. I think people have fought out their list quite nicely. Some, yes, are tougher than others. There is no denying that.
Are you painting?
Hey, of course, yes.
Yeah, I am.
What
I
I
am.
do like
Painting this watch my language.
is the plasma obliterator.
It is the plasma obliterator. I
Ah.
hate this thing.
But at least I found the instruction.
That is true.
What I like is that we've got multiples of the same legions, but no one's playing them the same way twice.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Unlike last time where there was a lot of knights as your allies and
Well, now we've put the rules in to stop that
Arcus
Yeah,
is
that's true. No,
Arcus is being the absolute unit that everybody has, and I don't.
there's no shortage of them. I mean, the surprise unit for me. What's your surprise unit? What are you surprised by the volume of?
The
Apart from
Cerberus.
2 Cerberuses. We've never had one before. Now we got 2.
I would say the Venator.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised at how many Venators there are.
But the thing is that they've always been dotted around. You know, they're not something that's never been around, if that makes sense.
they're not
Yeah.
something that's bad. They're not something that's been I don't think there's something that's been underrated. It's just there's always, there's always been a few Venators there. It's just we've got a few more this time. It's not a surprise. It's not a big surprise because the Venator's always been good at it. You don't have luck with it. I've had a bit of luck with mine, but
just saying, that's all. There are a lot of them, which is good. Nice to see. It's a good-looking tank. The other thing, I suppose, we still get Spartans, of course, the best way of delivering troops or Terminators. Typhons, a big uptick in Titans as well. Sorry, Typhons rather, but no Knights, right? Hardly any Knights. In fact, only one.
hardly any allies.
John's got one, and
That's
there's
it,
one
right?
on the traitors, wasn't it? The Porphyrion on the traitors. So yeah.
Oh, indented Knight Errant, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
that's just
that
John's.
isn't exactly the.
He's not going to cause any too much headaches, really.
So yeah, good stuff. Who do you think then? Really stupid question, but fun one we probably need to have a discussion on. Who do you think, if we played this event tomorrow, who would have won?
Loyalists would have won. Because Loyalists always win.
Ooh, toughie.
The demons are a bit of a game changer, but I think the Loyalists would still have won.
I'm going to say I don't know, simply because I don't have enough data.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I don't know because I don't know how the demons are going to perform. If the demons all perform exactly as Mark's plays and James Tim does exactly what I think he's going to do and summon demons with his list, I think he can summon demons with us.
I don't think he's got Zardak or anybody like that.
A librarian, actually. Yeah, might not. Okay, but I think that if the demons all play like Mark, I think the traitors have got a really good chance.
What I'm interested in seeing the most is obviously people are going to change their list between now and October.
Yeah.
How much these lists will change between now and October?
I don't think they. I mean, the Typhon is also very good against demons, right? And that's probably why we've seen an uptick on it, because it's big and it's strength 10, and that's what you kind of need to stop them turn 1. But other than that, hard to tell, really. I think the demons are the game changer, like you say, Michael, but I would go with the demons, and the fact that I think the traitors may edge it.
I always think the Loyalists are going to win because the form stands me out on that.
Loyalists do tend to win a lot. Anyway, right. So I think
Michael doesn't realise
they always win because the game is fundamentally biased. But it would have been interesting to see, and I hope that we don't get too much change. To be honest with you, people start ramping stuff up because these are probably the nicest set of lists that we've had. I think,
probably in comparison to last year, there's a softening, I would say.
There's no list. There's a couple of lists that I was looking at and I was thinking, yeah, if this was a little bit different, I would have to go back and say, come on.
There's a couple of lists, I mean, but not like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think it's people, for whatever reason, these feel like well-balanced, rounded lists.
I think it helped that we knocked it down to one list, because we did have, I think it was nice to have 2 lists and the option to play, but I think people were bringing a tough list and a nice list. And
of course,
it focuses people more. They haven't got the opportunity to go, I'll take this and this and this. I've got to hone, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So with the also changing meta, the other thing people have asked is whether we would ever change the points to 3-2-50, which of course would mean Pete Reese could take his laser destroyer version of his thing. But some other events are doing this. I don't know. It's a question for another time. But
the event used to be 3.5, didn't it? If I remember way back.
Yeah, way back when first event was 3.5.
3.5 when we first did it. But yeah.
But anyway, something to think about. So all in all, it's a real shame that we're not going to see these in March. There are some great lists in there, and I hope to see them in a very similar form without too much change between now and then. And I think that's probably it, gentlemen.
Yep.
So if you have been watching this, God, I hope it wasn't as arduous as all of that. And I think, Michael, you're going to put this out as a actual podcast as well.
I will convert it into an MP3 as soon as I get a chance, which will
A long 3 hours, people.
Yeah, so long 3 hours. But anyway,
be
we shall. Yes, that will do
Well,
for
I
us. Sunday.
just put it together.
Gotcha. So
We did it without swearing.
yeah, but we're good at that. So if
Right.
you enjoyed it and
yeah.
we want us to do this again, we'll try and do some more of this now that we think we've got the tech sorted.
We'll
Over the
figure
next
it
few weeks.
Well, I don't think this actually was a viewable live, which I'm really disappointed in. But we will figure out the technology, and we're going to do something. Obviously, lots of people are off, self-isolating. We're self-isolating. I know, Chris, are you off in the next 2 weeks?
So basically, I could have this week off if I wanted to, but I want to get paid. So I'm at work until Saturday, then we shut up shop for 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
And then,
Well, we will be trying to do things like some hobby hangouts. We'll point you towards other hobby hangouts as well. I know the Depth of Terror, Chilling Wargamers, they're trying to do this as well. We'll get through this together.
Sure. All right. Well, without further ado, it's a shame that Company of Legends didn't run, but it was the right decision. And we look very much forward to seeing these and similar lists in October and September this year.
I hate that it didn't run, but we had to do it.
we can still run it in October.
It's all good.
And bear in mind that in October, we'll have got the kinks out of the way in September. So,
Yeah.
we're probably getting
Yeah, the strategy phase keeps saying I like feet, so we need to beat it a bit more.
What?
I don't know. He's gone mad.
We're working out the kinks.
Oh, I see. I
See?
see.
You get it
Very
now.
good. Subtle. I like it. Graham's still pondering it. Look, everybody. Hit the process. Wait for it.
Stick to the straight man. Right. Anyway,
Okay,
gents, let's
We'll
call
be
it a
back.
night.
We've got a proper podcast to record this week, so
Oh, yeah. God, blimey.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
how
Taters.
Yeah, everybody.
Bye.
Right, stop this recording. How do I do this? There we go.